If you think your family gets dramatic during the holidays, just wait until you watch these two Appalachian clans try to celebrate Christmas without turning ornaments into weapons. Join us at the Hatfield and McCoy Christmas disaster. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Long before dinner theaters and tourists took over the Smokies, the Hatfield and McCoys were two real Appalachian families whose feud became one of the most famous and dramatic family conflicts in American history. And in the spirit of good old American entrepreneurship, this family feud is now a dinner show in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right off the parkway next to that sinking ship, the Titanic. Now, we wouldn't be called Bear Facts without adding a little information about the actual origins of the show, so let me get into that right now. The real story of the family feud began along the Tug Fork River in the late 1800s, where the Hatfields lived on the West Virginia side and the McCoys on the Kentucky side. Led by William Anderson Hatfield and Randolph McCoy, the families already carried tensions from the Civil War, when each side supported different causes. Things escalated in 1865 when a McCoy veteran was murdered after returning from service, and suspicions pointed towards Hatfield supporters. The feud continued with physical altercations to courtroom battles, and the conflict spiraled into violence throughout the 1880s, with more than a dozen lives lost before the family feud finally settled in the early 1890s. Today, descendants from both families participate in peaceful reunions, sharing their history with pride rather than rivalry. The show embraces the spirit of the feud, but keeps the tone lighthearted and family-friendly, focusing on fun rather than conflict. With its hearty Southern dinner, outrageous comedy, stunt-filled action, and a dash of real Appalachian history, the Hatfield and McCoy Dinner Show has become one of Pigeon Forge's most popular attractions. Now, whether you visit during the regular performance or the Christmas version, the combination of storytelling, flavor, and fun make it a year-round show that blends folklore with family entertainment in a true Smoky Mountain style. During the winter months, the show transforms into a full Christmas extravaganza. The Hatfields and McCoys go from feuding over moonshine and mountain gossip to battling over lights, Christmas trees, and holiday chaos. The music, costumes, and comedy shift into a holiday gear, but the heart of the feud remains the same, only sparklier and shinier. During the Christmas season, they do deck the halls and add more color and festivities to their decor, not only inside but outside. Also, there are real goats roaming the fenced area near the sign, adding an unmistakable Appalachian charm. It's worth taking a slow walk around the grounds before or after the show, just to take in the decorations and the humorous decals, the rustic themed details, and these unusual looking contraptions that I guess is their form of modern technology. Once you're ready to head inside, guests should know that they must pass through a metal detector at the entrance. Security may also check bags for weapons, and there are no guns or firearms of any kind allowed inside. Once you're inside the lobby, you're going to be assaulted with all kinds of purchasing options, including alcohol beverages, themed souvenirs, Christmas ornaments, family flags to wave during the show, and cute little animals that are stuffed that look like pigs. And there are other novelty items that you might actually find interesting when you're there. Before you enter the theater, you will be invited to take a family photo, of course, and pick it up at the end of the show. Once guests walk into the theater, they're met with a warm, rickety-looking rustic facade and stage with old wooden plaques and Christmas lights haphazardly propped up around the place. The dining room is a half circle with the premiere and handicap seating right on that first level, and there are other seats up behind them that are elevated a little bit as you go to each stage behind them. The restrooms are in the main lobby as you enter. The room is lined with long wooden tables, checkered cloths, and a cozy seating that curves around the stage so everyone has a pretty good view. When purchasing your tickets, you can pick which family you want to support, so you'll either be on the right side or the left side, and you can even add a little bit more to your experience by getting the VIP pass or the Premier Pass. The arena style design gives the audience a sense of being part of the feud, and sometimes you will actually be part of the feud, as they will draw some guests up to the front stage before the dinner begins. And even better, you might actually get to be part of the show, as you will get wet in the splash zone. Those front tables up there are close to the stage, and during part of the performance, the actual stage opens up and there is an actual pool underneath there, and they kind of do a lot of splashing. It's not too bad, but you do get a little wet if you're up there. During the Christmas season, the theater becomes a full-blown mountain holiday feud. Feast? Both, I guess? Each table is assigned to either the Hatfield side or the McCoy side, and the audience becomes part of the rivalry. Get ready to cheer loudly. Your family will need your support through the show. As people get settled, the cast members perform humorous skits to warm up the audience. This is where you might be drawn in from the audience to participate. Meanwhile, the waitstaff moves quickly about from table to table, taking drink orders and asking whether you want chocolate pudding or banana pudding for dessert. The servers will come back with your drinks, and then they'll serve you up your vegetable soup with the bread. It's nice and warm and soft. I really enjoyed it. The main feast is fried chicken, pulled pork, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, coleslaw, and of course the dessert, which comes actually with your meal. Now, the coleslaw is not sweet. It's kind of vinegary, so if you like sweet coleslaw, this is not going to be for you. All of the food arrives actually right before the show begins. Now, like I said, I really like the bread, though if you want butter, I would ask to see if they have any while the servers are walking around. I really enjoyed the fried chicken. The piece I had was moist, and the mashed potatoes were very tasty, though once again, I would have liked like a gravy or even butter. Ask about the butter, or do what I did, use the soup as your gravy. It actually worked really good for not only dipping my bread, but also my chicken and everything else, and I did like the soup. I do have to advise you that most of the food will not come out piping hot. It's warm, don't get me wrong, but you can tell that they're using warmers to keep the food at the right temperature. I do want to point out that even though the meal is all you can eat, there's a critical detail that you might want to know. Once the show starts, the servers do not return. So if you want any extra soup, chicken, refills on your drinks, or anything that you want for your table, request it before the show starts. Otherwise, you might not see your waiter or waitstaff for a very, very long time. And one last thing, make sure before you're heading out in the evening to tip your server. They work hard, and the performers are fantastic, and they help make the entire show fun and festive and wildly entertaining. But without those servers, we wouldn't be getting our food. So, before we get into the Christmas storyline, which I'm going to tell you about, it's important to note that they do not allow video recording once the show begins. So, I have a lot of footage that was pre-show stuff, and I stopped taking live videos once they made that announcement. So, as you'll kind of sit here and watch the video, there's a lot of still pictures, and that's just because they said that was okay, just not recording. And I was going to respect that. So, when the Christmas edition begins, the families are introduced through a hilarious, chaotic opening that includes everything from fistfights to lightsabers. Yeah, lightsabers. Nothing says mountain Christmas like two families trying to beat each other with glowing swords. Now, unlike the regular version of the show, the Christmas storyline doesn't focus on the historical part of the feud. Instead, it's kind of a really weird mishmash storyline that starts with the sheriff as he steps into the spotlight and he's visited by the ghost of Christmas past, I think. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. And the sheriff tries to convince the families to start getting along for the holidays, and all of his attempts, kind of fall apart. Now, The plot thickens into an overdrive when the Hatfields and McCoys enter a competition for the town's best decoration prize. The mayor soon becomes the main antagonist, which I didn't understand how that came about, but he started quoting lines from Dr. Seuss's Grinch and threatening to deny the prize money altogether because the families just can't seem to get along and they miss the point of Christmas. Something like that. Like I said, it was interesting. He even goes further and then claims that since the families can't get along, he's going to take their land. I'm not sure how he was planning on doing that, but it was a comedy act, so I guess it's whatever. After this shocking declaration, the Hatfields and McCoys start to reunite, and they attempt to host a peaceful family dinner to prove that they can work together. Meanwhile, a completely unrelated, unrequited love interest is revealed between the two elder family members. And at one point, a baby is born in the story between a couple that was a Hatfield and McCoy family member. Not sure how any of this was relevant. And just when you knew things can't get any wilder, then the stage floor opens up to reveal a massive hidden swimming pool. And for some random reason, the families start launching into the water and competing over who can be the best jumper and diver and water kicker that is out there. Now, one of the best parts of the show happened at this scene. There is a dog that normally will run up to the stage and jump into the water. And at one point, the dog looked at the water and said, "Hell no, I'm not jumping in that water," and kept going. And as an improv, one of the staff members, this probably happened before, looks over the dog and then just jumps in like he's the dog. So it was a really redneck, hillbilly kind of funny joke that they added. But anyway, the cast was really good with improv. You have to be when you're dealing with live audience and animals anyway. And there was like another scene where one of the sound effects didn't work on time, and the actor made it far funnier with his improv than it was originally intended to be. So one of the final characters to steal the spotlight is a small pot-bellied pig who sings a Christmas tune. Now, I thought it was interesting how they got the pig to look like it's singing by putting something on the microphone, I don't know, peanut butter or something, and it licked it. So when it was like licking it, it kind of looked like it was singing. Now, one of the things that I thought was really interesting that I didn't find out until after I watched the show was why there are so many pig things in the show. So you go outside, there's pig decorations, there's pigs in the cars, there's pigs on the actual show itself, and there's in the souvenir shop as well. Well, here's a little thing that was interesting I found out is that during the original Family Feud, one of the things that escalated their war was over a hog. Yeah, a hog. So they kind of did a little nod to the original, history of the Family Feud by adding the pig in their scenes. My take on the show is this. I think it's a really good show to take your family to. The food is good. It's not fantastic. Don't expect that, but it's good. It's decent, and I thought that they put a lot of time and effort into everything they do for the show. The only thing I do want to give you a heads up on is that during the holiday season, as we're getting closer to Christmas, and especially after Christmas, the show will start getting booked out. I would highly suggest calling ahead of time and making sure that you book your tickets if you plan on participating in this performance. It's a very funny and lighthearted show, and a little bit of Tennessee history to go with it. Oh, and Kentucky, because one family was from Kentucky. Either way, I did enjoy it, and this is not the first time we've been here. This is actually the second. We went during the summer once as well, so both times I liked it. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bear Facts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.